top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today we got Backxwash. I lie buried here with my rings and my dresses. Okay, so it sounds like a tombstone heading. Track number 1, purpose of pain.
The purpose of pain is to get our attention that something is wrong, protect us from further damage, and to request care. It's in this sense that a little bit of pain is a good thing.
Alright, so this is about to be heavy. The purpose of pain.
That something is wrong. Protect us from further damage.
Okay, this is about to be deep. Just judging by the album cover, maybe industrial.
The purpose of to get our attention that something is wrong.
Turn that up a bit.
Protect us from further damage. Request care. It's in this sense that a good thing is a good thing. The purpose of pain is to get our attention that something is wrong. That something in this sense that.
Okay. Purpose of pain is to get our attention that something is wrong. And I've also heard something similar, I think in a philosophy class, that fear, that trigger of fear, being afraid, is actually good in sometimes, because that's the trigger, like, yo, get the fuck out of there. It's life-saving in some instances. Track number 2, WAIL of the BANSHEE, featuring SurgeryHead. Backxwash on the beat. A heavy electric guitar. This ought to be industrial. This is hip hop, so my first Backxwash project.
My mind's stuck in the torture chamber by smart and danger, constant hangers, props of danger for all to witness. When I was young, I never thought I would call it quits, and now I'm old and I want it all, so Lord forgive me. It takes me back to my little helium tank. I bought the shin on the left, motion sickness from gas, I'm coffee blotchy, almost dropped my knees to the back, puking blood, away from narcodesia and back, and I should have left a note, cause if life is what you make of it, I'm going for the do or die approach. I just took some fireball with some shit that I don't know. Should I took some Tylenol or maybe supersize it all?
He said I just had some Fireball with some shit that I don't know. So shout out to Fireball, man. That's that whiskey, kind of tastes like the Big Red gum, has that spicy cinnamon taste. That was my shit in college. He says I took some Fireball with some shit that I don't know. So sounds like he's popping pills. He said I should have took a Tylenol instead, or maybe I should just supersize it all. So wow, supersize it all meaning should I take more? So this dude is obviously, tormented. His headspace is wild.
Maybe then I will feel something. Look in the mirror, he's telling me I should kill something. So in the midst, how I can handle how I'm feeling, try to jump, but I always land by hanging from a ceiling. I'm a therapist, tell me try happy thoughts in the midst of it. So I did it with alcohol and some pill popping. It's the life of the vagabond.
He's popping pills.
Trying some Adderall, I don't feel nothing. In the silence, hear the screams of the banshee. Hear the demons, the heart, the puppeteer, my thoughts, the cavalier, my conscience. Rise on a pale horse, don't know what to do, but just stay warm. So fuck it.
Okay, so again, this is everything I thought it would be, just based on the name of the album, which sounds like a tombstone heading, and based on the album cover, which gives me like industrial experimental hip-hop vibes. I thought it would be a female MC, or maybe it is, maybe I'm just not hearing that through their vocals, because with my rings and my dresses, but I guess males can wear dresses too. But yeah, it was everything I thought it would be. Industrial, that heavy electric guitar, those abrasive drums, and then painful, heavy, lyrically, and just in terms of, being tormented. This is a disturbed person. Track number 3, I lie here, buried with my rings and my dresses. So this is the title track, featuring Rook. So shout out to Ada Cardano. If you got some Cardano, post in the comments, man. Let's get to $20. More electric guitar. Wow. What if I got myself into? Heavy metal.
My only reason for being locked in submission or caught of religion is born as part of the system. I see the holy scriptures, politics on the women, prodigies and ambition. The policies are forgiven.
Turn this up.
Lost in addiction, exile for my sisters, colonies and division, robbing me of my addiction. I feel love and betrayal. Prophecies will be living, cause harmony is replaced with atrocity. All these bitches I probably never visit. Why?
You know, so I know a lot of people will compare this to Death Grips because that's like our immediate heavy metal, hip hop, you know, type comparison. That's our closest thing. I do like the rhyme scheme he has going on. He has a little flow. The bodies in the system, the bodies, you know, the one and the you know. Obviously, it's not rhythmically like that, but that's the rhyme scheme. So I do like that.
Reaches from kitchen. Part of me starts to miss him. So part of me in this lyrics, the artistry that I'm given, ghosted up in the matrix, almost like our ages were posted up in the slature. Maybe visit Rwanda or Barcelona instead of this motherfuckers really don't want me until it's dead. And this racist bitches I'm not like God don't love me, okay? I walk around in this bitch and in my mind I'm sad.
I don't quite understand this hook. I do understand the verses though, so I do appreciate that. Like, I can audibly hear what the MC is saying. Backxwash on the beat again. I'm guessing the hook is Ada Rook. I don't know, maybe Ada Rook will have a verse.
I've seen the pain, many tears in the eyes. My sister could die, no chance, giving up, trying. I see the Lord's witness, many souls in my ribcage. Just when I need them most, I get left ignored. It's ridiculous. I see nothing is justice.
Frustrated.
Run by the wicked, get it done and you finish it.
You know, and if you don't take anything else from this track, know that this is a frustrated dude on this song. He's frustrated, you know what I'm saying? And I wish I could understand it just a bit more audibly. But I mean, this is my first listen. I'm gonna get a lot more understanding on subsequent listens. But I wish I could understand it just a little bit more because this is the title track. So this is probably going to give us a deep look into what the project is about. So, you know, but if you don't take anything else from here, even if you can only hear the mood and the emotion, just know this dude is frustrated on this song.
Everyone will be living. I see the smiles. Let them run through the grid and I'm thinking like shit. Only be good for a couple minutes. Should I put a bastard down my own casket with the walls of the spark in the sky? I want the morning laughing at the cover down. Get the sports of my willing to die. I want my folks and family no one understand. I got no heart with just being alive. I need to cross the bracket on some older man. You know the force I've been screaming inside. I let the devil cause me. You'll be in the story. I've been blessed with glory in this present story. I'm a menopause. I've been set before me. I'm a
Menopause.
in this fucking box. You know the better moment with the head of horse. And I'm ready clothing in the dead of swords. With a second bell and a sad self. I'm a perfect hell and the size of well.
Okay, well, goddamn. Track number 4, Terror Packets, featuring Censored Dialogue. So now I'm scared of the features if they're going to be fucking yelling like that. No electric guitar on this one. Kinda got like a yell. That sounds like a siren. It sounds like a yell, but it sounds like a siren also.
Where was you at when I had to trap to pay for my hormones? Selling white kids meat, claim it's from a grid, but this shit really homegrown.
Okay, so I understand this, Weed talk, he's talking about he had to trap, where is you at? And it seems like they're frustrated on this, they're talking about someone or specific events. That's what I've gathered so far. And that kind of seems the theme of this album's anger. Someone or a specific event. I'm guessing this is censored dialogue.
In his face, so displaced, he don't know me no more. Smoking so many cigs, my lungs got big from fucking up the ozone. So much bootleg move through my body, my veins out Capone. Mom says, bitch, you won't make me a woman, I beat my cheekbones. Conceal a jawline harder than the block stood owned by a pea stone. Now these shorties really wanna fuck me, trust me. I don't even feel lucky.
Yo, hard drugs.
Y'all get this shit when they say they love me. Is you really?
So he started the verse off with, I started off trapping. Where was you at when I was trapping? Selling mid to white boys, upcharging them. Then it goes into, the jaw lock, the cheekbones, which is a reference to like a heavier drug. And I forget which drug it's a reference to. Like when you get the jaw lock, I remember hearing that, lockjaw. I remember hearing that in the rap song. Again, I don't do drugs, so I only know what I know based off movies and TV and music.
Proud of me, a comedian when you show me. Is you really down for me? You will wait when things get ugly. I am just picture these hoes. Throw out my heart, tie my stomach in knots. I am just picture these hoes. Why do you always assume I'm a top? I am just picture these hoes. Until the government says that I'm not. I am just picture these hoes. I'm just addicted to these hoes.
Interesting story, Backxwash. Yeah, I like how he came on that. He came on that motherfucker angry as hell. Hold on, let me hear that one more time. The calm before the storm. Verge of losing my soul. Just repetition right here. And that's the hook, I'm guessing. He says, I see the terror packets. Again, even if you can feel, it's like you can either read the lyrics or hear the lyrics, or you can just get a gist of what he's saying based on how fucking angry everything is. Like, you get the message either way, whether you understand audibly what he's saying or not. Drug talk. up to my shoes in some rum. So, you know, it's not only hard drugs, it's alcohol, it's pills, it's, you know, the whole niz.
Who I was, but I was a black woman. I had a natural and
Alright, so let me just hear a little bit before that, because I did skip ahead a bit. Let me see. Okay, so that's, I like that he put that little trailer, that little, you know, speaking part cameo at the end of the song, because it gives you an even further look into who these people are. So I wouldn't have guessed that, just my own ignorance, I wouldn't, well, I would have, I can't say I wouldn't have guessed that this was a black MC, but I like that he put that in there because it kind of gives you a look into where the anger is coming from. So yeah, this is, that shit was angry, and they put the police brutality at the end. So yeah, I can see how a nigga could make some angry shit like this just based on being angry at racism, being angry at America. I could totally see that, you know what I'm saying? So now I kind of understand where the anger coming from. So moving forward from this song, I'm gonna have that much more understanding. So very well placed little speaking part, little cameo there. That's almost kind of necessary, and it enhances the song and the album as a whole. Track number 5, we got In My Holy Name, featuring Lauren Bousfield. Backxwash on the beat. You hear that game? Yeah, this sounds maniac, manic.
I pray for Lord to take me.
You can see on my face like I'm waiting for that. I'm prepping myself for that heavy ass drop.
I pray for God to come save me. I know that Yahshua saves thee.
Yahshua, another name for God.
I pray for
Jesus.
God to come take me. Life expectancy expecting me. Directly or indirectly me. The Bible says this pipe is next for me.
And life expectancy, and I'll rewind that a bit so I don't miss those bars. He said life expectancy is expecting me. So just another way to say death is near, but you know, again, good MCs, they find inventive ways to say things we hear all the time. Life expectancy is expecting me. Like, I've never heard it said like that in a song.
Life expectancy expecting me. Directly or indirectly me. The Bible says this pipe is next for me. The pirate's beam like eternity. Devil screams my name with empathy. Waiting from the sleep I'm yet to see. Yes, we non-believers, set not foreseen as hit run the deepest. So, rest in peace to the bitch vein. As the ripper sling hits with a sip and a switchblade.
Rest in peace to the bitch, man.
One miss A. So when my time does come, I really hope that my death not in vain or a violent one. Slumped in the taxi with a silent gun, blood in the backseat still driving. I pray for Lord to take me.
So, and the hook right here, so I'll speak a little bit. We're getting different areas of anger. Earlier we got straight anger starting out, I feel like. Then track 2, 3, 4, I think we got frustration. Now we're getting like death, like is looming, like type anger. So
I got something for you. I got something for all.
Three-dimensional. You're getting all dimensions of anger.
With your pocketbooks, with your tight pants and your bow tie, and you're walking like a girl, you need to
Who is that?
Back to black and back to black as fuck the world, cause I hate that. I could have me stacked up, get something new.
Yeah, it's apparent you hate the world, bro. That's very apparent.
I'm doing ASAP. Sophie's going more and more, I give my life and I was trained that. And it's bad, but that's a bad, or bad as fuck
know, it's a little old to Marvin Gaye. Picket lines and picket signs. What's going on? Track's kind of breaking apart. So I feel like all these events at the end of the song, they should actually serve the song well. You know, it adds to it. And sometimes I feel like artists, they add things to the end of songs or what have you, and it sounds cool on the first listen, but you end up skipping it on every other listen of the album because it's just like extra meat there. Pause. There's extra meat, you know what I'm saying? You know, extra filler. But I feel like everything at the end of these songs kind of serves this song in a good way. Track number 6, Blood in the Water. This one is produced by Clipping, so shout out to Clipping. And shout out to Mike Seatown. That's why I even know who Clipping is. That's like one of the first people I've ever seen review Clipping. Mike Seatown, Dead in Hip Hop. Dead in Hip Hop is my favorite review channel.
How deep does she go? How deep does she float? As she can't breathe on her own. There's a bad leak from her bones. It's a fast thing to the floor. Gasping no control. Hands limp in the cold. It's a sad thing, but you know it's a push a point when the lost start giving up. Don't go to the light of Evian. You try to survive, and it's so close, but I don't give a fuck. Blood in the water.
And it's tough because I'm trying to hear and catch his flow and his lyrics, but it's almost like riddle at some point. Like he's kind of riddling like the way he's delivering the bar. So I'm also trying to catch that, and then it's just abrasive on top of that. So it's a lot that I'm trying to catch on just one listen. So. You know, it's just interesting how he's using these kind of like, I call them modern flows. Like a flow you will hear Lil Uzi Vert doing this flow. Like this is kind of like one of those flows, but he's just doing it in a totally different way that this is like not even, you can't even say he was influenced by them or anything, but it's kind of like that same modern rap flow.
Blood in the water! Blood in the water! Blood in the water!
It's like a shorter songs. The devil talking? Or Darth Vader? Didn't understand what he said there. Track number 7, Songs of the Sinners, featuring Sad 13 and Ada Rook. So again, shout out to Ada Rook and shout out to Cardano, ticker sign Ada. Let's get to $20. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Ada is crypto. But shout out to Ada Rook though. He's got a chess reference in his name, Rook. I feel like you're walking through a cemetery graveyard type shit. I fear love. energy has been up here the entire time. It's been right here the entire time.
So much love. I ask myself forgiveness. Lord has given many chances. I show no commitment. Broken will and cold descriptions. I see Holy Spirits. No ambitions, no magicians. Purpose Christian, all religion, all the system. Lost and timid. God do young or guilty.
So now, you know, we're again on this project. It seems like we're getting multiple facets of anger. So very interesting how he's conveying anger, but in just different sides of anger. Like we're getting 3-4 dimensions. You know, earlier they were using that heavy electric guitar, and it just felt, and the lyrics felt very angry along with that heavy electric, distorted electric guitar. Then we got some frustration. We got fear of death. Now he's like talking about fear of, like, basically distrust, fear of love, fear of God. But now this one just seems more of distrust. You know, the anger that comes from distrust. I could be wrong here, but this is just my interpretation. On one listen.
Pastor told me it is working. God, I give my life for life. He keeps showing me he's hurting.
Distrust of the pastor.
For him, his soul that is determined. I see sorrow in his mojo. As his volumes inked in cursive. Should I follow till tomorrow? Then mosey down the surface. Take a sip of this orison. Mix it codeine, it be perfect. I see glory in confession.
Lean.
Feel morbid as he wasn't. I see horror in this person. But he told me there is purpose. Should we open these verses with the story of the earth? I am holed up in this church with this apocalyptic sermons. And I ain't gonna drink the Kool-Aid.
I'm holed up in this church with this apocalyptic service. Woo.
It's over if it works, but I hate my life. I swallow it and gobble it so perfect.
So yeah, this is a very secular album. Very secular, to say the least. Maybe this is Sad 13. She kind of sounds like those little girls in the horror movies who are always like just really spooky. Flow. Song here. Still got another minute, so. Alright, it sounds like we're in space at the end. Track number 8666 in LUXAXA, produced by Backxwash. Kind of sounds like the Champion Sound sample. He lives. I feel like we're getting the spell cast on us right now, so I know this ain't the whole song.
We have the answers. We came out from the darkness, stole my people for me. Now what's the mission? Holy exercise the weapons on me. They say your culture is so evil, he's no real story. We have the answers that you need, and now you're teaching for me.
Alright, so this feels like the most hip-hoppy song. You got a straight, loop on the sample, it's not as super abrasive, you know, as the other songs, and you know, with the low undertones and backends. This feels like the most hip hoppy. Fucking racist. I gotta hear what he's talking about again. If you know what luhaha is, put it in the comments. If it's demonic, like, you don't have to, it's okay. I don't want to read that. Okay, track number 9, 9 Hells, produced by Nowhere to Run. One of the few tracks on this project not produced by Backxwash.
Sometimes the morphine ain't good enough. Riding around coke beans in a super cup. Hats off to the dope fiend on Jupiter. I was trying to be low key and do it once. I feel like these my friends. If I had to stop here, I wouldn't feel like this again. Nobody cares for me, but they do.
Yeah, so now you're talking to the drugs. It sounds like he said I was trying to be low. He said I was trying to be low key and just do it once. Now you rapping about it and everybody knows you do morphine. So.
Face is so blurry, clear view. It tastes bitter on the plain pepper. Another dose of the great diggers I lay with ya. Ace swishers, cocaine's a great picker.
Ace swishers.
Pickups. I mean nigga, and I wonder if the feelings you.
Wow, is that the first N-bomb on the album? Wow.
These people know me, or do I need the support? Ecstasy makes me thirsty, I'm drinking water.
Ecstasy.
I know the best for me, but I just keep on ignoring it. I am sitting on the cloud, I got smoke coming out from my seat. I can play basketball with the moon, got the world at my feet.
It's a real I'm on drugs type song.
Get another gram in my hand, feel the cold in my feet. Trust your shadows, you get the panic attack, you feel manic attack.
So yeah, this is I guess a side of anger where he's sedated, you know, so he's really describing being on drugs and being just sedated by whatever. He's sedated by morphine, he say, you know, ecstasy, it makes him thirsty. He's describing doing it, the action of doing it in the first verse is how I interpret it. Now this second verse is like, now I'm on it, like now I'm paranoid, now I am. Like, it doesn't sound very pleasant, like the way he's describing it, you understand?
Maybe you should have a Xanax, relax. Damn it, back is just like an addict and that. That's the taste of the happiness in the bottle. The sun on the gun and the sunny great as a swallow. The wiggly smile on my face is letting me know I should have felt bad about this a second ago. I am sitting on the cloud, I got smoke coming out from my seat.
I thought there's a bit of regret too.
I can play basketball with the moon, got the world.
Whoops. part of the drugs is this. Wow. And the outro, folks. What a ride this has been. Track number 10, Burn to Ashes, featuring Michael Go. Co-produced by Will Owen Benet. Low pass filter. Underwater.
I gotta wrestle and muscle myself from holding the rope, holding the belt, those on the low, those on myself, jump with the water, roam on the hill, I don't need another one. I'm the lights and happiness and sun is right in my head, running from water, flying in horror, sorry shower, warming the hour. I think it's sad with the way that I went. I took the baggage from every event. I took the anguish I felt in my head. There is no baggage from where I'm headed. Where I need justice I need for myself. Every so I decided to go in ahead. I did the grind and I'm ending the dead. Up in the casket, I'm wearing the red.
Now this seems like coming to terms with death, or maybe even the I'm dead song. Like I'm dead already, but I made a song. That's how it kind of sounds. Like made a song from death. You say I feel like it would be different here. So if I heard that right, if I'm interpreting it right, yeah, this is a song from death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when the time comes, it fades to black. I know where I'm at. I just sparked the fuse. Boom! I started as a burn to ash. I've been fighting all these demons, but I'm losing. I'm a target in the view, and there's nothing I can do. I've been trying not to air and not disfuse, but the air not removing. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I don't wanna hear the silence in my room, cause I'm lighting up the fuse, and there's nothing you could do. I'm just trying to keep a buck and keep it moving, but this shit is not improving. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I've been trying to get some help. Stop this silence on my health. Think confining someone else. Stop this violence on myself. Most of the time I'm mostly blinded, cause my body's overfilled. Cozy blinds, it's no one side. I feel like hiding from the world. I know it's hard, and I feel the pandemic is making it worse. The diabetic, my stomach was cursed.
Pandemic.
Get to me first, finding it hard to breathe. I'm my arteries, and my stomach is holding my nerves. If it was up to me, this is right, cause it's only just what I deserve. I know that touching
Wow.
words. I am so sorry for you know just how I'm hurting. This is my problem, you don't deserve it. I feel one word without any purpose. I cherish the time we spend together. Every moment is making
And I know I shouldn't be dancing to this, but like this is not like a dance type song, but he be flowing. Like I be like, man, I fuck with this song.
I never talk about how I'm feeling. I don't want bother, make you feel nervous. If I do go in silence, let it be known that I tried all I can. Fuck on my enemies hard as I can. Fuck on these papers will call me a man. When that time comes, it fades to black. I know where I'm at. I just like the fumes. Boom, I spark it as I burn to ash.
Spark the fumes as I burn to ash. Brought the electric guitar back. If I'm hearing it correct. Let the beat right out. All right, so wow, bro, like that was heavy. That was I Lie Here Buried with My Rings and My Dresses by Backxwash. So very heavy album, just like I anticipated. Again, I've never heard of Backxwash, never heard his music before, but just based on the album title and the album cover, I guess it would be like industrial feeling, which it is. Has some industrial elements, especially early on. Distorted instruments, abrasive, in your face, type mixing, and I guess that it will be heavy and emotional, which it is. And I feel like on this album, for artists, I'll say this first, for artists to convey and capture an emotion, and to convey that not only just on one song, but throughout an entire album, and to relay and display that emotion in many different ways throughout an album, that same emotion, which I feel like here is like anger. There's different parts of anger though. That is a tough thing to do. You don't see artists do it a lot because it's very tough. And I say this often on this channel. It's, you know, to have one topic, you know, great artists, they have their topics. You know, they can make, you know, different songs about different subject matter, different topics. But, you know, usually they have a couple topics that they revisit a lot. The great artists can rap about the same topics in different ways, in ways that makes it feel refreshing, to where you're not feeling like you're hearing the same song over and over again, which I feel like Backxwash does well here. And one thing that, well, this is how I interpreted it, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we're getting like 3 and 4 dimensions of anger, and he's just displaying it in different ways. And he's taking these distorted, abrasive, in-your-face beats, but he's flipping them in many different ways. And I mean flipping the beats, like making, like producing. I mean like giving us songs, like he's flipping these songs and giving us different looks on this similar topic. So even though this is not an album that I would put on and I would play, I do appreciate when I hear stuff like this, because it's, again, to convey an emotion. You know, just forget songwriting, forget, you know, this and that, just to convey an emotion on one song, it's tough. You can rap about an emotion, you can lyrically put the words down, but to actually convey it at the same time and to make listeners feel it, whether or not you understand, the listener understands the lyrics or not, just based on how you've put the song together, which Backxwash is producing a lot of this, just based on how you put the song together to convey that emotion, even without lyrics or even with inaudible lyrics, that is a feat. You understand? So I do recognize the difficulty of what he's doing here, even though this is not something I'm going to have on replay. So for me to even rate this album on one listen, which you guys know I don't like doing anyways, would be silly, because as you all saw, I didn't catch everything that was happening in this album, and I didn't understand every lyrics, you know, every lyric. This is the type of album where I will have to go and read the lyrics as I'm listening to it. Well, not really, because it's not like his lyrics were hard to understand for the most part, but there are certain parts that I would like to understand what's going on, like on the title track. So for me to even rate the album on one listen would be asinine, but I know you guys like when I give the ratings, so I give this, it will be close to 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars. Even though this is not something I would revisit, this is not necessarily my cup of tea, but I do appreciate what's happening on the album. So yeah, shout out to Backxwash. I even saw a clipping on this album. Shout out to clipping. I get Rage Against the Machine vibes at times. At times, the way he's doing his vocal inflections reminds me of Zach De La Rocha, who, you know, I fucks with Rage Against the Machine. Shout out to Tony Hawk Pro Skater. They had a lot of great soundtracks that got me into a lot of indie, punk, metal type rock. And Zach De La Rocha is a guy who can convey an emotion with his voice. Like, he can make you feel his freaking frustration with everything. And he can make you feel like, I mean what I'm saying right now. Like, the conviction in his voice. So I get that a little bit here with Backxwash. So yeah. And yeah, thank you for watching. And artists, if you would like me to review your album, kind of like I just did here, or just a song, be sure to go to top5rapwebsite.com. I have simplified that process. Submit the form, submit the payment. We'll get that done for you. 1 week turnaround, 1 week at most. I usually get them done within 1 week. So yeah. Thank you for watching again, and be sure to subscribe if you have not already. This is top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.